Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So game week 3 of the Premier League has just ended, and my days, after the results, again seeing the results for Man City and Liverpool, I've just I've just become more frustrated and annoyed about the Arsenal result against Fulham. I just wanted to make a quick video, just giving my some post reactions. A day after sleeping on it. Well, I think 2 days now sleeping on it. Just giving my initial reaction. Maybe I don't know. Some things may have changed. Maybe some of you guys' opinion has also changed on the game after a few days. But yeah, let's get into a look. Fulham, not the best result. I mean, it's the worst result. Honestly, it's the worst result, especially when you're 2-1 up with 10 men. You should be securing that game, and you saw against Man City against Sheffield United, a game on the weekend. Sheffield United went 1-1. Man City instantly came back and won the game. Now, remember that, like, that is what Premier League champions are about. That is something that Arsenal still do not have yet. I know a lot of fans are going to be talking about last season and how we pushed Manchester City to the end, which is 100% right. We pushed Manchester City right to the edge. However, when it came to the business end of the season, when it's time to get tough, we simply are just still behind the likes of Man City and the Liverpool. Yesterday, Liverpool, St James's Park went down to 10 men very early in the game, still managed to win the game. That is what you call Premier League champions, and that's something Arsenal still don't have yet. We still mentally, I mean, when it comes to playing the game, we're up there. We are up there with all the best teams. We're up there with the Manchester City. We can play good football. But when it comes to the mental element of the game, I still believe we are behind. I mean, when you're 2-1 up against Fulham at home with an extra man, you do not, at whatever circumstance, let them get back into the game. It's just something that, if you want to become Premier League champions, you just simply do not allow it. And this was a game that we were supposed to win. Now, next week, our game is against Manchester United, and after that, it's an international break. All that's done is now increase the pressure. It cranked up the pressure so much that we have to now 100 billion% beat Manchester United. We simply cannot afford to drop any points. If we want to win the league, we cannot wait. We cannot simply drop any points, because when you look at the likes of Manchester City, now you look at even Tottenham, who look good under their new manager, Chelsea, Liverpool, who just got a fantastic result at St James's Park. These teams are going to be up there, so we cannot risk falling behind. And now, Mikel Arteta. Let's talk about Mikel Arteta. He is now experimenting. I'm all for experimenting. When you get stale, experiment, but do not experiment when things are working. When the system is working, do not experiment. There was no need to experiment. And if you're going to experiment, why didn't you use that system in pre-season? Why not use that in pre-season instead of using it when we're actually playing in the Premier League, which is now costing us points? If we experiment now, I mean, that should be a balance. If you experiment, you must win the game. We were experimenting, we were winning the games against Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. It was fine. Yes, I was still a bit annoyed, but it was fine. We were getting the win. But when you do not win and you're experimenting, you risk being left behind, which is something that could happen to Arsenal right now. Because when you're with Manchester City, the minute they go to the top, it just feels like it's the end. I mean, yes, it's only game week 3, but my mind, and while I know Manchester City are capable, I'm thinking to myself, like, surely the tie is already theirs. I mean, this team does not slip. I mean, they're just so good. Even when they're winning, even when the game is like a 1-0 or something, they just know how to close out the game, and that's something Arteta must improve on. Arteta must go back to the basics. I'm done. Enough experimenting now. If you get stale during the season, then experiment, change up. Maybe like last season, you had to change up at the end when you didn't change up last season with the system. But as for now, do not change what is not broken. There are a lot of fans, I would say, agree the same point. Why change, especially at the start of the season when there's no need to change right now? We have our players fit. Yes, I know the likes of Zinchenko is not fit, but you could easily just put up another fullback, and this new system is simply not working. And look, Kai Havertz, I don't want to put everything on Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is not to blame for everything. It's very unfair to blame everything on one player. When we went down to 2, when Fulham scored, 2-2, that is not Kai Havertz's fault. Kai Havertz was not on the pitch. There is nothing to blame Kai Havertz for. But what you can blame Arteta and Kai Havertz for is, you would feel like it's almost a waste of money. Now, he could come good. I hope he comes good. But when you look at £65 million for a midfielder, £65 million is a lot of money, and that is money we could have spent on another player. like even a better player than Kai Havertz. I don't know why Arteta went for Kai Havertz. Surely he must have seen something, and now he's under a lot of pressure to make this signing work. Now, I mean, you look at Fabio Vieira, who just came on in 45 minutes. He did exactly what we've been demanding Kai Havertz to do. Bring some urgency on the ball, be creative, man, make a difference to the team. That's what you've been brought in for, and a player off the bench for 35 million is coming up and showing you. Kai Havertz needs to be doing what Fabio Vieira is doing, or what Odegaard is doing. Yes, I know they're not the same type of player, but that is the impact we are looking for Kai Havertz to do. For me, I've admitted Kai Havertz is not a midfielder. Kai Havertz is a centre forward. He cannot play in midfield. It's clear as that. I mean, if you still think he can play midfield, you're dumb. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in a few months he adapts. But as of now, we need to stop forcing him into the team. It's just unsettling the team. This new system, Arteta is talking about this chameleon and being adaptable. The only thing that's confusing everyone is the players. The players are being more confused by the opposition because the players don't know who to pass to, where to pass to. The plans is all different. So for now, Arteta needs to go back to the basics. Bring back the old system against Manchester United. Bring back the two midfielders, two holding midfielders with Odegaard. Stop this freaking, I don't know what you call this system. Just stop it. Go back to the basics. Go back to what got us so close to the title, because we cannot afford to slip up any more points, because we risk being left behind in the title race. I know it's only game week 4 and people might, be like, oh, you're overreacting, but look what we're going up against. We're going up against a Manchester City team. When was the last time Manchester City ever bottled the league title? No one remembers, because they never do. Once they take the lead, they will take that to the end of the season. So we need to change up. We need to go back to our basics, because that's what's important right now. And hopefully Arteta goes back to the basics. Stop overcomplicating games. He's under a lot of pressure for that next game, because we must win. I do believe the players are going to be pumped up for it, because they better be, because that performance in that last game, especially at the end, was an absolute joke. A joke of a result, a joke of a performance. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments how you're feeling, what you guys think, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next.